And all yours.
All right, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Jen, and this is my helper, Zoe. We are your lab elves today. We are going to show you how to make a lava lamp using a couple of things that you probably have at home. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys how to make this cool catapult with some craft sticks and rubber bands. So let's go through the supplies for the lava lamp. We're going to start with the lava lamp first. Lab coat is not required, but if you have one, it's always fun to wear. So what we're going to need is just an empty glass container. So you can use a recycled container. You can use a jar. You're going to need some light cooking oil. You're going to need some water. And you're going to need whatever color food coloring you want to use.
And put these in.
Oh, and then we have some Alka-seltzers that that's the magic to making the lava lamp bubble. So you're gonna need a couple of those tabs as well. All right, Zoe, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, ready to begin. So,
wait.
Oh, not ready yet? Okay. Oh, and just for fun, I'm gonna show you some cool stuff with ice cubes in your lava lamp also. So what you're gonna do is however large of a container that you wanted to use, that's fine. You can use a small one, you can use a large one like this. You're gonna fill the first third of the container with water. All right, are we ready to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna pour water in. For my container, that's 1 cup. So 1 cup of water, and then
pour the oil
that's
in.
right, we're gonna pour the oil in. I want you guys to watch what happens in the water when I pour the oil in.
It doesn't mix.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't mix.
I learned that when I was homeschooling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Water and that stuff
Oil.
doesn't mix.
That's right. Look at all those crazy bubbles.
Oh, can you?
So you can kind of see it very slowly. Those oil bubbles are moving up to the top and the water bubbles are moving down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And so see how bubbly that is? Yesterday, this one was the same, but look, it's settled down and it's separated and it's like super smooth. You can wiggle it. Look at that. It's like an ocean, but it doesn't mix. All right, so we're gonna let that sit for just a second. Okay, so now in order to see the lava come up through the oil, we're going to have to color the water here. So do we want to ask everybody what color we want the lava to be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have green, we have red, and we have yellow. Do you want to vote? What's your vote?
Red.
Okay, we would love for you guys to tell us in the Q&A what color you would like us to put and make the put in the lava and make the lava. So we'll give you just about 10 seconds. You want to count?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go. 1, 2. You can count backwards if you want.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Ooh, all right. It looks like it's a tie. It's a tie between red and green.
Oh.
And it looks.
Does that mean you're the tiebreaker?
Oh, I think so. I think we got a big tie between green. We've got an aggressive green called out.
So are we at a tie? Do we need a tiebreaker?
I think we need a tiebreaker.
Okay. Does that mean you're gonna pick red? Is that your favorite? Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do.
Show you.
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, now look, you can see the bubbles have already come away a little bit. So there's some big ones hanging out at the bottom, but they'll pop soon, and they'll just keep separating, and then you're gonna have a nice clean line, just like you see here. It's because oil and water don't mix. You know, there's lots of things that don't mix.
Like what?
Anchovies and peanut butter. Ugh. What else doesn't mix?
I don't know.
Some people would say cats and dogs don't mix, but we know that's not true. What else doesn't mix? I don't know.
A squirrel and a panda.
A squirrel and a panda. Okay. All right. So oil and water, they don't mix.
Even
You
the
can make
squirrel
them
and
mix, but
bear.
it's complicated and you need an emulsifier to help blend them together. And we're not going to blend it today though, are we?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So I think it's settled out pretty well. Yes, I'm going to let you do it. All right. So I'm going to hold it up and you're going to drop those in, but I want you to do it so everybody can see it. Okay. So you have to be real careful. Don't turn it over until you get over the jar.
Okay.
And then you're just going to do really small drops. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just a few. That's good. Look at that. Look how they're just floating down and then they sit right there on the bottom of the oil. It's so cool. It looks like little red caviar or something.
Cherries.
Yep.
Small cherries.
So we're going to watch because in a second, they're going to come through that bottom oil and they're going to hit the water and it's going to look like a red bomb went off in the water. Did you put the lid back on?
Oh.
Put the lid back on so you don't spill it.
But it's hard.
I'm going to help it along. There we go. Look. Look, you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, look, it fell into a bubble. That's hilarious. So it started to explode and then it dropped into a bubble.
Oh, is it ever
Can you turn it?
again?
It will. We're going to make it. I'm going to make it so. I'm going to jostle it around and make it mad.
Don't let
Maybe you need to put another one in there.
Okay.
One more. Just pull it off. There you go. You got to be careful. Okay, get all the way over the top. There we go. Oh my gosh, look, it's hanging out at the top. There it goes. Oh my goodness. Are we going to need a stick? I didn't think we'd need a stirring. Man, it does not want to break through that oil. Oh, there it goes, finally.
Yay.
Whoa, look at that.
I
So-
never known it would do that.
There's 3 more up there. So as they break into the water layer, they're going to make that even darker. Pretty cool, huh? You know what
Yeah.
else will break that?
What?
If we put one of those tabs in.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man.
Can I open it?
Okay. So why don't you guys tell Amber what color you're making your lava today while we get our little tabs ready.
Nice. Looks like we have a green thus far.
Okay.
For the
Green
follow-up
color.
choice, we have blue, another red, yellow, turquoise, fancy.
And I was going to ask, is anyone mixing your colors? Oh, you know me, I love my color theory.
I think someone said purple earlier, which is the
It
mix of
looks
red and
like-
blue.
Yes, I was so sad I didn't have a blue because I wanted to make purple. Is that the tab? There we go. Are you showing them the tab? All right.
Mhm.
All right, so Zoe has our Alka-seltzer tablets all ready. So look at that. It started to mix pretty good. Do we want to make that darker?
No.
No, it's pretty good. You like it the way it is? Okay.
Can I
Here.
drop it?
What, not yet. I'm going to put the lid on it and I'm going to swirl it around to make sure it gets good and mixed into that water. Oh yeah, look at that.
That's better.
That's good and dark. Okay. That is better. Okay. So
You're not gonna believe what you're gonna see.
you won't believe it. Okay.
Can I put it in?
Yes, I've got it held up so they can see it. All right, now you guys check this out. When you drop your little tablet in and it hits the water, look down here. The bubbles are starting to come up.
This is the fun part.
Yes, look at this. So now you have red bubbles sailing through your oil. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Can I do this again?
We will do it again.
Yay!
I'm getting the question of, is there anything else to use other than Alka-seltzer tablets? I think that's pretty much it.
I'm sure that you could find home remedies or recipes out there, but no, Alka-seltzer really is what you're looking
Can
for.
I
It
put
works the
another
best.
one in?
Actually, you could probably use those the hydration tablets that they sell at the grocery store that you drop in water and it bubbles and then it like gives you electrolytes. You could probably use one of those. It has the same, it's basically the same.
Can I put another one in?
Hang on. You got to let this one finish first.
Okay.
It's basically the same the way it releases the carbon dioxide and causes the bubbles.
What happens if you put them all at once?
Oh my gosh, we might have an explosion. Oh, look, so see the last of it up here fizzling out. Do you guys want to see the green one?
Oh.
Let us know in the Q&A. You want to see the green one? We'll put one in the green one too if you want. Hold on. Let's see if they want to see it or if they want to see the red one again.
Looks like we're getting a yes. Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. Look, this is all nice and clean and settled. We're going to mess it up. Ready? All right.
Oh, this is the fun
Whoa.
part.
Look at those crazy green bubbles. I feel very ghoulish. This should be our Halloween thing.
I wish.
I know. We'll have to remember that next Halloween. Look at that.
But that will take years.
Looks like some sort of crazy potion.
Mad science.
Now I feel like a mad scientist.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of bubbles.
I did not know it done that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's like a spewing volcano.
I
Isn't
know.
it?
I did not know it done that.
All right. How are your volcanoes turning out? Are they working out well?
Wait. Can I do?
Hold on. Hold on. Well, we might do some more in a little bit, okay?
I want to do another one. It's fun.
I know it is super fun,
There's
isn't it?
one more.
Okay, one more. All right, we'll do it back in the red one again. All right, any questions out there other than about the tablets?
Looks like Alka-seltzer water is a good call or a substitute. Anything kind of fizzy, you know, maybe a little fizzy water that could work too.
Oh,
Any-
yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to do that. Carbonated water. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know if the bubbles will get as big for the carbonated water, but you might get a slight effect from that. I didn't think about that. You would be able to color it. So.
Yeah. And I'm getting a suggestion to add glitter.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Glitter. Look at you with that second.
Those are always good.
Man, glad I only gave you 2 packs. We got a catapult to build too, you know.
I know. I just thought it was fun.
I know, it's so fun.
Just
I
one
know, this
more.
is really cool. All right, a word of warning though. I mean, this is releasing carbon dioxide, so don't put your lids on. You might have a explosion you're not counting on.
Whoa, Mama.
Oh no, look, we've got 2 going at the same time. Now I really am an evil scientist. Oh wait, we're supposed to be elves. We gotta be good. Nice scientists. Man,
That one's gonna
this green one
explode.
goes crazy. I don't know. Look at that. That's crazy. That's very
I
fizzy.
did that. I did that.
I know you did. I saw you.
Oh no,
All right.
they're all out.
So these are really awesome, guys. I mean, you can, here, we can take our safety goggles off. You guys can make these and put the lids on them and let them sit overnight and, you know, use them the next day the way we did with our green one. Like I said, if you don't have any jars at home, you can take any kind of bottle with a lid, or I guess you don't need the lid unless you're going to keep it, and do the same thing with that one. So, all right. It's a good thing we had a paper towel here. This is oily business.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to clean up real fast, and then I will show you guys the supplies that you need to make your catapult. All right. Now we're going to change from elves to princesses, right?
Yeah.
All right, except that this princess forgot her crown, so guess it'll just be you, Princess Zoe. All right. So for the catapult, you're just gonna need a few simple things. So again, I'm gonna show you the catapult right here. Yes. Why don't you show them the catapult?
Mama,
Yes.
can I show them how it's done?
You want to
with
show them
the
how it
pom-poms?
works? Yes.
I used to do this at my old school.
All right. So here's some things you can use. You can use cotton
pink
balls.
one.
You can use
I want to use this pink one.
pom-poms. You can wad up a piece of paper and use that. That worked really good.
Yes, it did.
Oh, I forgot to show them about the ice. So I told you guys to have some ice sitting by. I forgot to tell you. So if you put the ice in your lava lamp, it will actually float in the oil layer because the ice is less dense than the water.
I can't see. can't see.
Oh, your crown fell. Okay, all right, so let's go through what we need to make this catapult. So this is a simple catapult made with craft sticks, and you can use craft sticks of most sizes. I won't say any size because there's a really short craft stick out there that is too short to use because you don't get enough leverage to actually catapult your item. So I would recommend using either the regular sticks that look like a popsicle stick, or you can use these larger size.
Wow.
I just have I like the Creatology craft sticks here that we sell. I get the big box because we use these a lot, right, Zoe?
I'm taller than you.
All right. So we're going to show them how to make this, right? Now, you can use any color craft sticks. You can decorate. You want to decorate some of our craft sticks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take a couple and make some patterns on them, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take 10 of these craft sticks and stack them together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I just want to show them what it looks like. So I'm just
Thank you.
leaving it out.
Yes, there's our example and all of our little catapult balls here. Okay. All right, so you're going to take your 10 craft sticks and you're going to stack them together like this. And then you're going to take a rubber band and you're going to tie up one end with the rubber band. So just go around the end like this as many times as it takes to make your rubber band tight. All right. So now you have your stack with your rubber band on this end. Now you're going to take another craft stick and you're going to slide it in between one on the end and the other 9. So you're going to stick it in there. Oops. You're going to stick it in there about halfway like this. Okay. So see how I slid it down? There's just 1 on this side, 9 on the other side, and it's halfway through. So I've got equal distance. Now I'm going to take another rubber band and I'm going to bind the other side over here. These 10, I'm gonna put them together tight with my rubber band. And it doesn't matter what size rubber band you have, any size will work. If you don't have rubber bands, you could probably use like tape and tape it really tight.
Or you can use hair ties.
You could use hair ties, I bet, yeah. Okay, so now that you have it, you have your one through the side, you're gonna take another one and put it over the top. And you're gonna make it so that one side touches and the other side is open. So it makes a really long skinny triangle. And then you're gonna take a third rubber band and you're gonna bind that side.
And when you're done, if you could walk through the steps just one more time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now you don't want to do this one quite as tight as you did the side ones because it needs a little bit of give so that it can throw your ammunition. All right. Now, this is the point at which if you don't have one of your grown-ups with you or you don't have a hot glue gun, you can just put your ammo on top here, and I like to use my fingernail and just pull down on the stick, let it go, and man, that thing went sailing. And again, you can use a pom-pom, you can use a cotton ball, you can use a wad of paper, everything works. Don't use anything too hard because you might break something and get in trouble. And then if you do have your grown-up with you and you want to make a little nest for your ammo, what you're gonna do is put a little dot of hot glue out here on the end.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know, you never get to play with this, do you?
No, because it's hot. That's
right.
why it's called a hot glue.
That's right, it's not for kids.
But
Okay,
you have to
and then
do
I'm
it.
just pressing it down for a second,
I'm just gonna do
and
it.
then suddenly I have a nest here on the back side. I can put my cotton ball in, and again, using my fingernail, and make sure you have a little bit of the wood lip hanging. If you put it all the way to the edge and you try to push down on the little cup, it'll actually break free from your hot glue. So I don't recommend that. You want to leave a little bit of a ledge, and that's what you're going to push down on to catapult your cotton ball. So it works really well. Here, do you want to have like a catapult war here?
Snowball fight.
No. So do you guys know what catapults, how they were invented and what they were used for? Can you tell us in the Q&A? Wait, don't give them the answer.
I need small things.
No, we don't want to give them the answer. We got to let them guess. Are you getting any answers there, Amber?
So far, I'm getting for wars, yes, made for battle. For war,
Battle, yep.
it is a weapon, yes, for wars.
So before there were cannons, and you wanted to get into a castle, I mean, if you have a sword or a spear or a bow and arrow, or even a horse, I mean, the likelihood that you're going to get into a castle is pretty low, right? Because a castle is really big and strong. So basically, that's when catapults were invented. The military were trying to swarm these castles, and it wasn't working. They would stand there, they wouldn't let them out, nobody could come in. It was more of a really long, boring game of, I don't know, see who gets bored first, or a really long staring contest. So basically the military came up with these. I know, doesn't that sound really boring? You always win anyway. So they came up with these catapults because then you could put really big stones in the catapult and you could hurl it at the castle walls, or you could, take big old fireballs and put them into the castle. So that's why they were invented. Isn't that cool? Certainly made things more exciting, interesting.
If we could,
I'm almost done.
there's some of those that came in kind of late. If we could just do
You can do this one if you want. It's taking
Thank
a
you.
long time.
I'm sorry, Amber, you want us to repeat the catapult?
Yes, if we could just do that one more time.
Absolutely. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining, or for those of you who are still having fun playing with your lava lamp, I'm going to show you again. So you're going to need 12 of the craft sticks, and you don't have to, you can use colored craft sticks. You can use the thin ones that look like a popsicle stick. I've got the wide ones like a tongue depressor. The only kind that don't work are the little short ones. So they have the half size or the notched sticks. Those will break if you try to flip them. And the short ones are too short to actually get any kind of spring in. Okay, so you need 12 of these. You're going to take 10 and you're going to stack them together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
There you go. All right. So you're going to put them all together. Make sure they're nice and even. I just stacked them up. See? So you can see them all together here. And I'm going to take a rubber band and I'm just going to bind one end of the sticks. All right. And you're going to go around as many times as you need. You can use whatever size rubber band you have. And just go around until it's nice and tight, because you don't want them to fall apart. All right, so see, I bound just one end. And then I'm going to take one of the two that I have left, and I'm going to put it in between the very last one on the outside of my bundle. So I've got one here and 9 over here. And I'm just going to slide this stick in between the 1 and the 9 and pinch it together. And it's just going to be halfway. So equal sides here with your popsicle stick that goes across. All right, now I'm going to bundle the other side. So I've got this one. I'm going to do this one the same with the rubber band. Just go as many times around as you need to make sure it's nice and tight. That'll depend on what size your rubber band is. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna put Zoe's decorative stick here on the top. So see, you can make your catapult super festive, or you can make it realistic looking.
Can I have the other stick?
Yes, you can have the other stick and color that one. Okay, so you're gonna take one side of this top stick. So see, you're just laying the top stick down on the high side of the bundle. So not this side with the one, but you want the big stack in the middle. And you're gonna take your rubber band and tie it around, not quite as tight as you did the sides, because you still want it to have some spring, but it has to be tight enough that you won't lose your stick. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. There you go. I'm gonna make it go in the center. So again, for those of you who are not crafting with your grown-up or who don't have a hot glue gun, this works perfectly fine. You just put your cotton ball, your paper wad, your pom-pom, whatever your ammo is on the end of the stick, and then you're just gonna press it down and let it go. Wow, that one went right out of the picture. Let's try that again. Maybe not so hard, like that. There we go. That was a super light one. These things are super fun. You can throw pom-poms or cotton balls at each other. You could make a game where you draw a line and you see who can get the most cotton balls or pom-poms past that line. You can draw little circles on paper and see who can get it in the circle. There's tons of things you can do with your new catapult that you've just made. All right, any questions on the catapult? Anyone want to see one more lava lamp?
It's super cool.
Just let us know in the Q&A. Also, you can let us know if you guys have decorated your catapult like we have.
All right, I'm getting a yes.
Yes, what?
You should make another snow globe. And
Oh, okay. Another lava lamp?
another lava lamp, yes.
Okay, so if you'll flip to the front-facing camera, I'll show you how to do this with the recycled bottle here. So I've got my 1/3. So for those of you who missed the first part where we were talking about the lava lamp, this is going to be, you're going to use 1/3 water. You're going to put that in first, and then you're going to put 2/3 oil in. So this is, all of the measurements are just going to depend on like what size your container is. So don't worry about like it has to be 1 cup or 2 cups or whatever. It's really just going to depend on, you know, your container size. So, all right. So now you can see I've got my water at the bottom and my bubbly oil up here at the top. Now, this is going to take just a little bit, and the bubbles will work themselves down that are water bubbles that are suspended up there in the oil. Now, let's see, we did a green one and a red one. So you see, we have a green one and we have a red one. So now we're gonna do yellow. So you take your food coloring and you're just gonna drop it down in.
Sorry, I got your desk dirty.
That's okay, that's what desks are for. All right, so you can see I'm like suspended in the water there. And in a little bit, they're gonna hit those, the little beads are gonna hit the water, and they're gonna look like, it's gonna look like a bomb. A color bomb went off. See if I can make them. Put my lid back on. Shake it up a little bit. You can also stir it too. It's being really difficult. There we go. So you can see, oh, some of them are back up in the oil. So over time, they'll settle down. The oil will come up, the water will go down, and then you'll have a really nice yellow bottom there. All right, so.
I made it. I did smiley
yeah.
faces on it.
I love that. So here's the fun part. I'm gonna have to break these in half, Zoe, because I think the bottle's too skinny.
Yeah.
Okay, so next you're gonna need your Alka-seltzer tablet. Yep, I'm gonna let you do it. Hold on, wait.
Can I?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it. Here, I'm gonna let you put them in, okay? But you gotta do it up here so they can see.
Time?
Here. So right there. Yes. Do them quickly. together. There you go. All right. You can see the little bubbles.
Explode.
And there you go. It's harder to, oh, look, one of the yellows exploded. So see, your Alka-seltzer will mix those color beads too. There's still some color beads floating around in there. You can see them. They're really dense. Oh, it's going crazy. It's a little harder to see with the yellow than it is the red or the green because it's so light.
We have compliments on the crown.
Oh, nice. Yes, Princess Zoe. All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, anything else we can help answer for you guys today? Don't forget, we have more Kids Club Christmas classes coming up. So one every day at 4 p.m. Central Time. I think we've got, what, 7 more to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be doing these all the way up through Christmas Eve. So Zoe and I will be doing the last 2 on Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve on the 23rd. On the 23rd, we'll be doing a sensory bottle, and on Christmas Eve, we'll be doing a yarn wrapped star with a story. So if you want, we would love if you would join us for those. And we have others if those days don't work for you. And then all of our classes are recorded. So you can go to michaels.com/classes and you can go to the kids section and find all the kids classes that we've ever done, and you can watch them again, and it shows you the supply list and everything. So we're super excited you guys joined us today. Thank you so much. Zoe, do you want to like say bye or anything? She's like really coloring over here. Any last questions, Amber, that we can answer?
Nope, looks like no last questions. And thanks everybody for joining us. It's
I
been
have a question.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Zoe,
Not a question. I just want to tell them something.
you want to tell them something?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays, everybody.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our next Kids Club. Thank you for joining us today.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.